1, 2, check 1, 2.
Two. All right, so read. You say something, girl?
1, 2, 1, 2, check 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Last time when Eddie was here, I think this was 3.
Yep, that's 3.
3, 3, 3.
Reading, but
It ain't picking up. You gotta push.
oh, let me see the game. Say, keep talking.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3, 1. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2. 1, 2. Check 1, 1, 2. Some 3.
Keep talking.
1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 1. Okay.
One.
I think you're
Number 1. Check 1.
Oh, even
1, 1, 2. 1, 2. Check. One, two, check. 1, 2. 1, 2.
check 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1,
You want
2.
me loud on that?
When we get started, if need be. Gotta go from that side.
Try and talk. I can turn you up.
1, 2, 1, 2. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Check.
I just ain't want the feedback.
Yeah. Well, Eddie was over here, was doing that.
You good with
This
that?
one over
Right
here.
up on it.
Yeah. I'm on it.
Yeah, right up on it. 1, 2.
Yeah.
All right, so now
All righty.
I'm gonna play the music a little bit.
Okay.
Crystal set what we can sing. You can go ahead and hit record this.
Okay.
If it ain't already going.
I already did. I believe we live. I think we live. We all the way live. It's okay. It's 4:02 up in this camp. We can do what we're gonna do. Because this is what we do, when we do, and how we do. Do you do what I do?
When I do.
Because I love you. That's right. Check them. Don't wreck them.
You're listening to the sounds of who can?
You're listening to NU Dimension.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, y'all. That's what we got going on. Hey, y'all thought it was somebody else, huh? It sounds like something come out from somebody else, don't it? Yeah. No shorts, y'all. No shorts. No shorts. We got a good show for you guys today. With that being said, Robert had brought some information in. Hey, and we gonna get that right on out to you. How y'all doing out there? How you doing out there? Hope all is well. Well, it's been all good. On this beautiful Saturday that we was gifted. God is good, God is good. The angels have arisen. So with that being said, your angel got you started on this gifted day that God has given you. I'm grateful, I know you're grateful. And as brother broke out the number for us today and today's date, we are on the 11th. And I know a lot of people say, supposed to break that down, but now we let it stay as a whole, because 11 is significant. Yes, 11-11. 11-11. One song, 11-11. 11-11, y'all. That's right. Y'all listening to the great sounds of the NU Dimension, the New Dimension Band. That's right. A little funk of our own. So don't sleep. You better not go try to creep and redo this, because today it's the LLC. With that being said, you know how we always do. We get into what was in our strong clothes. As you know, I'm in the color of red, but I get love on Valentine's Day every day. I don't think it's just one day. It's more than one day of the year to bring you love and happy cheers. Don't you sleep on love, 'cause it's the cure for your heart, and it make you wanna start being good to yourself and others. You can discover the world at another level. Yeah. That's right. That's right. But especially with some good music, the musicians, we got in our band. We really do. So yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. What was going on in my strong clothes. Progressing, everything going to the next level, so I can be able to, get up to the next level. Things I'm trying to level up on. So everything is about the levels. Frequency, energy, frequency, energy, frequency, energy. That's what's up. Frequency, energy. You know, me and brother sit up here and make a song out of a song. So with that being said, I'm gonna let brother let you know what's going on in his strong and his closing. And what's been going on with me, basically, doing a lot of housework, doing a lot of painting, redecorating, doing little stuff, keeping me busy. But other than that, just, being, got my laptop back out the shop, had built the screen, and had to get that done. So I'm starting back on my book. I'm not gonna tell you what it's about just yet, but I'm starting that back up. I've always been in creative mode, and I've been creating different kinds of arts and painting. I've done a lot, so it all depends on what we really feel like what I want to do. I just read the bass guitar too, so I'm gonna talk that bass guitar anyway like that. You got it, fella. Yeah. And guess what? I got a satin diamond studded Finity guitar today for Valentine's Day. Oh really? Yeah. And I got a guitar lessons. Yeah, so we can get together on that. Yeah. So we create people. That's what we do. Yeah, I'm gonna send you a picture. Yeah, it's so beautiful. I was there like to put some steady line on the wall. Got this book. Tell me about them 2 books right here. All right, we got these 2 books that we're gonna share with you guys today. Brother brought in, we researched,
And you know, he always brings the law when he comes. So he brought us in today this book right here called Numerology. And we also brought in today the Moon Power.
Normal rituals for
the moon, your goddess. That's right. So he got some outline stuff in here that he want to give us to share with you guys, and to let you guys see what we really going to be getting into for you today, and give you some information where you can go and research on your own, and we just want to bring you, like I said, the information. So, like I posted on our entities, don't sleep, because you may miss it. You may miss something that you can really use. Okay, before we get started, let me do what I normally do. Brother, did you? Yeah, you said you was just doing your strong clothes, so he revamped. And see, every time we come to y'all, we always tell you guys, we revamp it, we up, leveling up, you know what I'm saying? And that's what we hope we inspire you guys. Always be creative, especially if you're a creative person. Always come with something new. Always, if that's in you, and it also reflects of how your frequency and your energy flow is too as well.
Yeah, there's one thing guaranteed in this life is change.
Exactly.
Stays the same.
Nothing. Nothing stays the same. That's right. Nothing stays the same.
The universe is constantly moving forward.
That's right. So we got to evolve and move as it moves along too. Because we evolving magical people. So we're going to evolve and move and gradually gravitate to things that make our knowledge stronger, our health last longer, and with all grace and mercy of the higher powers, make our pockets even be fatter, you know. So that's with that being said, you know, I claim all those things above. So, but when I accepted and I received them in peace and humbleness. But let me read you with the daily Buddha wisdom of inspirational wisdom that shares with you every week. Every strong. See, trying to steal from me. Get away. Right, here we go. It says for this date of number numerology 11, even though in their times it says 12, but you know, we break it down to you, give you the true factor and everything. It's 11. If you add them up correctly, that's the number you will get, and you shall not break it down because 11 is a significant number, okay? So here goes from, after becoming an abbot, Yin Yang addressed the monks, saying, there is the son of certain household. There is no question that he can't answer. Don Shan came forward and asked, how many classic books are there in his house? Yuhan said, not a single word. Dashan said, then how can he be so knowledgeable? Yuhan said, day and night he has never slept. Peep gang. Dashan said, can he be asked about certain matters? Yuhan said, what is the answer is not spoken.
That sounds like a story you was reading.
It did mostly story, but just a long conversation. So in other words, it was saying after becoming an abbot, I think that's a certain level in the Buddhists, the monks. It said there is a son. One gentleman was saying there's a son in a certain household that holds the question that he can't answer. There's no question he can't answer. So the other gentleman said, well, how many classic books is in their house? So the other gentleman said, there's no single book in their home. So the other gentleman said, well, how can he speak? So how can he be so knowledgeable? So the other gentleman said, between day and night, he has never slept. So Doshan said, the other gentleman said, well, can he be asked about a certain matter? And the other gentleman said, what he answered is not spoken. So he has not slept day or he's never slept. He came knowledgeable of these things with no books. He never slept day or night. And he most of his answers is not spoken.
Yeah, that's just basically saying.
Mindful is mental.
Yeah, everything is mental. But I'm saying, but that is he's not relying on books. Basically, what I'm getting out of that is he's meditating. He's going within. The answer's already within all of us. It's encoded in our DNA. But we so busy looking outward, like you sharing books with y'all. That's somebody always put out what was in them.
Correct.
We regurgitated it. So, and the answers that you come to him for, hadn't even been spoken yet.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
He didn't get them for it right.
He got to go within and get it. So that's what I get out of that. You know, after we get all the knowledge that, you know, we think from all these books, out of the library, which is good. It's good to have, you know, a library, you know, to get knowledge. But then when your ancestors, God or the spirits be speaking to you, they're not gonna come out of a book.
Eddie watching. Say what's up to Eddie.
They not gonna. Hey, what's up, Ed? You coming to get that thing today, or you want me to bring it to you?
He on this one right here, bro. He right here in this camera.
Are you right there? Okay.
Facebook Live. This Instagram I got going on.
Yeah. So that's why we always say it's good to pray, but it's also good to meditate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, both of them. In your face.
That's why.
Oh, okay. You ain't on that
Talking
one.
in the wrong one.
Yeah.
Check 1, 2.
Okay.
Man, probably picked up. I'm sorry, put it out. It's even better. Okay.
Yeah. That's probably why I was doing feed.
Yeah. So 2, 1, 2. Yeah. So what I was saying was, he went within. He meditated. He wasn't working on the books because he ain't had no books in there to look at. And then the answers he was given wasn't even knowledgeable yet, you know, so he was going within to get his information, you know, and his information was always on point. You know, that's why we're speaking of him today. So that's what that means. You know, it's good to pray, but it's also even good to meditate and to listen, because when you're praying, you're talking, you're constantly talking and you're asking, or you giving out instructions or saying your wants, but when you meditate, you're quiet, you're sitting still and you're listening. That's why we got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So with that being said, meditation.
Meditation. Yep. So that's what it's all about. Because you see, it said he never slept day or night. So he was always consciously going into different dimensions, getting his information. And as you can see, all that setup right there I just said is all mental. You didn't hear me say he picked up an object. You didn't hear me say he drunk anything. He never slept day or night. He just went to other worlds and other dimensions and got the answers. And he never had to speak them, because some things you have to find, you got to go inside and get your own answers. You got to deep down inside. That's why I always like to read the parables from the King James Version, even though it was written by some men, but still, a lot of things make sense. Like the parable Proverbs 3:5 says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean not unto thy own understanding. So you got to have, when you go inside and deeper into your spirit, you know, you got to be biased. You can't just take the information that you give yourself. You got to dig deep down inside and look at that, check that person in the mirror, check that spirit, you know, because that spirit going to check the flesh. So you got to check the spirit in order to check the flesh. So that's deep. That's digging deep down.
Lean not to your own understanding, but the rest of that is knowledge him.
That's right. And knowledge him, and he will give you
direct your ways. Yeah,
he would give you the ways of the things you need to walk through.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And you get that through meditation.
Yep.
You know, you can't always pray and then get up and run, because how you gonna hear the answer?
Correct. That is so true. So with that being said, I don't know what her brother wanted to start it.
I was start whatever.
Okay, I'm just gonna start and
just talk a little bit about that book. You can go into your sign or even my sign.
Oh, the
and
moon
read some
power.
things. What the hold up? Let's go into what the day is. What
11. We came up with 11. We got it blocked off right here. What it means and
so
intuition.
what month is this? What signs is it? Is we in?
This is February. I think Aquarius.
Well, let's do Aquarius. Go to Aquarius. Today is the just pull up Aquarius. You gotta go through the book
Okay.
and just pull it up and just speak a few things on Aquarius. We in the age of Aquarius, so if this is Aquarius.
Do that heighten their astrology?
Aquarius.
Do it heightens their sign with any energy since it's
No, isn't that? But let me see. I can roll through it, and the Aquarius will come up.
Where do we mark? Here, go right here.
Okay, I thought we was in another book.
Wow. See, ask
Isn't
for
that
it.
part in there too? But go ahead, right to it.
Okay, it says Aquarius. La, 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 la,
It has the
la.
actually days of the year. Just got the whole.
No,
Aquarius.
it just got
Go
the
back to the
whole-
beginning.
Got the whole.
Got the whole thing on. Reads you
Yeah.
out the book.
Yeah, well, I
That's the
guess I can
first
read this.
Let's
It
read
talks
that
about your
page.
lunar shadow, your lunar superpower.
Well, what does it say
The
right
main, the main introductory of it for
Okay, that'd be good.
the Aquarius, it says, it's sit underneath the number sign 13. No, because it's only 12. I don't know. Okay, I ain't gonna do that. I don't know. I think it's chapter 13. But anyway, Moon and Aquarius people are quirky and open-minded. You're accepting of all and most definitely ahead of your time. Aquarius is in the air sign. Air sign.
Yeah, I'm an air sign, Libra. We're air signs.
So
When
you
When it say air signs, I mean basically, our gifts are working in the air. Like you might have earth sign, water sign, different signs, like 4 different elements, 5, I think. But anyway, if you're an air sign, we're dealing with the birds. Anything got to do with the air, communication.
the wind.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So they're my elements that we can work with. And
So-
Aquarius is with the air sign. Okay, go ahead.
So it says you have a fine mind and a good communication skills, and you can make rapid fire connections between things. Some think Aquarius is a water sign because it's known as the water barrier. But the fluid that your moon pours forth is more like nectar from heaven, a spiritual sustenance for your thirsty souls. With such as honest, uplifting, emotional nature, you're a natural spiritual guide and a healer. You may also be gifted as seeing the future.
Mhm.
You're probably already living there, but you can also feel alienated when it becomes obvious that the rest of the world hasn't caught up with you yet. It's up to you to find your tribe and other far-sighted folks who get your message of peace, love, and equality.
That's a good sign.
So, with that being said, Aquarius, that ain't gonna say Aquarius,
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
The 5th dimension. Shout out to
Yes,
them.
5th dimension. See, they was up ahead back there.
Yeah.
They was up ahead us back there. But it says a lot of good things about the Aquarius. And if you are interested in getting the knowledge for yourself, is the book called The Moon Power by Simone Butler. If you're interested in getting that knowledge I just gave you, if you're interested in the book, it's called Moon Power by Simone Butler. So, with that being said, also, brother had broke down too, but I had wanted to also read to you, regardless, since nobody had joined me on here, I had put it up on here. This week, this strong close is dealing with the heart. As you know, Valentine's Day, which I don't really celebrate it in that manner, because if you go back to the history, it was a massacre, which was, they had named this day after back in the day, and there was a lot of other things they done named and proclaimed on this day that's supposed to be of love, but we supposed to express the virtue of love every day, not just on Valentine's Day. But
I'm gonna leave a short message.
but mostly we're dealing with the heart chakra is closed because Valentine's Day is for lovers and to share love, to give love, to receive love. So it's a lot of heart chakra energy gonna be going on. And that's what I wanted to really speak about a little bit on before I get into the other juice that brother brought into this book. That we can get into. Also, I wanted to get into a little bit about my sign to expose some things on me. And basically to give you guys some information on like today's number date, when you add them all up, it comes to 11. Also, like I said, the heart chakra. So let me give you that information that I had pulled up for you guys. And so the information I pulled up on the heart chakra was here goes. The heart chakra, as you can see, it's a color of green. And the heart chakra, it's a Anahata chakra in Sanskrit. It's located at the center of the spine, a heart level, roughly translating unhurt. According to the heart chakra, acts as the individual center of the compassion, empathy, and love and forgiveness. See that? That's what I was saying. This is a close of love, compassion, empathy, and forgiveness. So if you can find like the most neutral way to express that without gaining into this facet of this commercializing, they try to make it such a commercializing event where you have to basically go out here and spend all this unnecessary monies, and it's just basically true naturally to love someone. You don't have to give into the commercial fact, because if somebody tells you, well, I don't think you care for me and love me if you don't buy me nothing, I don't get no flowers, and I don't get no candy, then you know what? They stuck up into this phenom. Yep, they stuck up into this matrix of all this stuff going on, because according to the heart chakra, acts as the individual center of compassion and empathy, love and forgiveness. This chakra governs one's senses of trust, fearlessness, peace, generosity, gratitude, and the connectedness, as well as the change or transformation to healthy boundaries, depth in relationship with others, emotional control, and love for one thyself.
Well,
what we just talked about, you have to go within yourself.
yeah.
Because if you, what it say, if you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else.
Yeah.
And that's why, what you got to say on that, brother?
I was just saying about the heart chakras.
Yeah.
For the people who don't know, we got chakras around our oil field. You know what I'm saying? It's not an actually physical thing you can touch, but it exists. You know what I'm saying? It's like in the spirit realm. And your heart chakra, this like she said, if you get caught up and you ain't get something for Valentine's Day, get something for Christmas, whatever. Them just man-made days to make money, basically, at the end of the day. But if you have a clear heart chakra and it's up and running, it's the wheels are spinning around, that's 365 days a year. Not just one day to show that you love somebody. So you got different chakras like the solar plexus, but you got to learn to work on each one. So you can just look up chakra, because most people I know that I know, they don't really know too much about the spirituality sides. They know about religion, but they don't have a clue about spirituality. And religion and spirituality is two different things. You know, religion is man-made, spirituality is God-made. And we have systems that we go by that where you can, enlighten yourself. So, we talk about the chakras, from the root chakra all the way up to the crown chakra. You know what I'm saying? Solar plexus, your heart, your throat chakra, all of them, they mean something. And then when you got them up and running, you be a well-rounded individual, you'll be an enlightened individual. For your throat chakra, you speak your truth. A lot of people don't even speak their own truth because their heart chakra blocked. The meaning is, say for instance, your friend or significant other, somebody come home and they do something or did something you don't like, but you be scared to address that person. Or you go to work and your boss do something that you don't like and you be scared to address them because you say you want the money, whatever. That means you got to block heart chakra. Because if your not heart chakra, throat chakra, because if your throat chakra is cleared, you're not going to hold back. You're going to speak your truth. You know what I'm saying? Regardless who it hurts or who it don't hurt. Because at the end of the day, if you don't, you ain't doing it but covering up something. It's bound to come up and keep coming up. So with that being said, you can learn your different chakras, chakra system. And this learn to work on each one. Each one got a color that represents it. And when you work and doing the work on it, you will behoove you to wear the color of that chakra that you clean and representing.
It's like a greenish.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Emerald,
so you
looks like an emerald.
Yeah.
Green.
Just like if you look, like that red in there, that's the root chakra. Then your lavender or your purple, that's your crown chakra. You know what I'm saying? The solar plexus is like a yellowish gold. And notice I got on like these colors, but these different, they actually for strengthening my aura field, keeping me on a certain frequency. Because we just said earlier, it's all about frequency. And it's all about protection. You know what I'm saying? So, and once you get into those things, it's a lifetime journey, and you can be feeling good, like a natural high.
Be defined more on yourself. Okay, here's some more facts on the heart chakra. It says that the heart chakra has a feminine energy, and is symbolized by green 6-pointed star within the 12 petal flower. Elementally, the heart chakra is associated with the air, and in this, the mantra is "I love, I love."
Like we said, we got different signs, like Aquarius is the air, Libra's the air sign.
Chakra's the same way.
Yeah, but the chakra is just saying
it says it's associated with air.
It relates to it, yeah.
Okay.
But if you're Aquarius or Libra and you're an air sign, that means that heart chakra works with you good.
Well, because you're already in the same origin.
That's a 6-pointed star right there.
Mm-hmm.
The Star of David.
And it said within the 12 petal flower, elementally the heart chakra is broken.
You had some of those flowers, the lotus flower. I don't see it right now, but we have them on here throughout on the show. So that's the lotus flower.
Yeah, the lotus flower. Yeah, we did have the signs. Got to bring that back. That's another show for y'all. It also says that the heart chakra is special because it's the 4th of the 7 chakras, making it exactly half point of the system and a unifier of the physical and the spiritual. Chakras, by connecting the lower 3 chakras, the root, the sacral, and the solar plexus, with the upper 3 chakras, the throat, the third, and the eye, and the crown. The heart chakra acts as the bridge between the earth and the spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Woo, that's deep.
That's why
I felt it when I read it. Because I
not only have to, your heart chakra, the Lord's of my heart, right? She got her hands all representing balance. And your heart chakra, for you to get into heaven, they're gonna put your heart on one side and put a feather on the other side. And your heart got to be as light as the feather. If that don't tilt a certain way, you're not getting in. So what that tell you, you got a lot of work. I got a lot of work. Everybody got work to do while we're here. We're not here just to live and enjoy life, but also, you know, to do work and treat people right. You know, treat them like you want to be treated. And you know, keep that heart as light as a feather. So when you leave this avatar, boom, you up in there, you know.
Because let me also it just blew my mind as well. It says the heart chakra, it exists on the planet as well. It says the heart chakra of Earth is believed to be a dually located in 2 towns of southwestern England, about 30 miles apart from each other, and Glastonbury, Shaftesbury, another 25 miles beyond Stonehenge, which adds another layer of mystical to this Earth chakra. And it says also all kinds of legends and centers around this location, like the tale of the Glastonbury tour, his connection to King Arthur, and the ancient mythical land of Avalon. That's deep. So that's another.
Yeah.
That's another. That's some more research right there. That's getting deep. That's getting past where we trying to go.
But basically, they saying too is like we got.
It existed for so long.
But it's like we got a oil field around us, and we got a chakra, right? Chakra system. The Earth got its own chakra too. Like we got chakras, root chakra, solar plex, and all way up.
So the Earth got its own.
Yeah, because Mother Earth is alive. It's a live entity.
There you go.
And I think they say California is like around where the solar plex is at. You know, they actually say we are living in a live being, and they say we in down here like in the root, like with a root chakra of the being, or just a little bit up above it, Mother Earth. So yeah, like you say, it get
that's
deep.
Yeah, that's real deep. And to activate, that is so, especially the research. And it says to activate your heart chakra. It says yoga helps to open up your heart chakra.
And stretching.
Like he said, put the arms on it, getting that balance before you get up there, trying to learn that balance. If your heart heavier than that feather.
Yeah. Once you do all of it, it'll work together like a glove.
Yeah, because it's connection. It's the connection, like I said, between the earth and the spirit. So it says the positive energy, to allow positive energy to flow in, try using the camel pose, the cat pose, the fish pose, and the chest flying kundalini. And that's Kundalini. Okay, could you break that down for us, brother? Those poses?
It's just the different poses, like
the positions of your body.
You can go to YouTube like she did, whatever she went to on her site.
Google.
And yeah, even when you're doing like this, and you put one leg up like that, you think that's easy because you see people doing an hour. You do that and you be falling trying to get your balance, and it takes time to get balance, you know. And then once you're doing these different positions, you are putting yourself in a sigil position, right? And sigils mean things. It's like even when they say the fish, like you see the double fish, okay, that means like they use that as the age of Pisces. And then you used to see that same double fish as a car dealership used to put it on cars. Right? Age of Aquarius. All these different ages got symbols, signs and symbols, like that symbol right there. We look at that, we always know that's the Om. Everything based on sigils, these rings, everything, you know, signs and sigils. And like when you see like spirits coming, they not really speaking English or whatever you speaking, but they know about sigils. Like even if you look behind you on that calendar up there, you'll see the F. That's Facebook. We call them logos. You'll see that camera sign, you know, you'll see the little bird. Next level, they got their sigil 2GO, we got our sigil. So sigils are everything, you know, if you conducting business or even in life, you know, when you're doing magic, you know, you gotta know what sigils mean to work for you. And the more you know, the better, you know, you'll get your work done, what you're trying to put out.
You'll be able to exercise those chakras, those
Yeah, all
frequencies,
those positions, even like you
Yep.
say when you're doing yoga.
your energy
You're
as
not
well.
just doing certain poses just for a pose. Each one of the poses means something.
Yes, they do. And
Yeah.
that was the cat, the fish, and
But if you think about that, the cat, the fish, what is all that? All that is like nature. Like we know what cats are. You know, if you ever look at the Chinese when they doing karate or whatever,
they be doing
they
them different
do,
weird proposes
like the
and
praying mantis and all that. They study the grasshopper, like eat like grasshopper. You know, they study different things. And
those different things have
yeah,
different
even like
energy.
when the kundalini, when that's go like that, that's that snake that's rising up your spine to your 33 calibrate, and then that's when they say it bites and your pineal gland open, and that's when your third eye open. That's when you see the truth. You see the world for what it is, and you won't get caught up in all this, because all this stuff going on. I'm gonna talk about something in a minute. Earthly stuff, you know, a lot of times I don't watch the news, but a lot of times, you know, have a way of getting it to me. And it was a clip about this guy, I think his name Joe. I'm gonna pull it up. India Arie, she went out on told Spotify to take her off of that music, off that platform, because they pay her 93 point something off for her music on there. But the guy that had all these racist slurs over the years is using the N-word. They pay him $100 million. Can you imagine that?
Wow, that's crazy.
But they let him get away with all this, all this stuff. So what's going on? A whole lot of stuff going on for us. But I call it all distractions. But you know, that's just where these people at. And we're gonna talk on that a little bit too.
And back on the heart chakra. Also, we just talked about how you exercise to
like different poses. You can do. There's a lot of things you can because basically what you're doing, you're practicing on love. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. Everybody should know how to love. And
you should know how to love.
And when you practicing on that, it's like doing unto others as you had them to do unto you. And that's like a daily thing, you know, and a lot of times our emotions, our egos and different things will get in the way, when you're practicing love. So you wanna keep practicing love, doing things like say doing to others as they do.
Selfless acts,
Yeah, selfless acts. All this stuff is working with your heart. So once you practice that, you become familiar with it, but some people get into egos, different personalities, or he did this, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get you back, all that. So when you're doing all that, you're not working out your heart chakra. And you can actually live a life, right, without even living out the heart chakra.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
No knowledge and
like some people be in the root their whole life. Root chakra is your lower gut, meaning that you always have to please yourself, sex, money, clothes, cars, everything. All
and that's what I was going to talk about.
On that lower, that root chakra. So if you're living like that, you don't know how to actually love. You just heard somebody say something about love, and you say I love you, but how long do you stay in that chakra, that heart chakra? You see what I'm saying? And with love, you can get a rose quartz crystal. Keep them around you. Keep them on your body. I actually got rose quartz on my bed head. You know what I'm saying? And you get a pink candle, because rose and the color of that is pink, and you can light a candle. Reason why they always say you had your red and you had your candles for Valentine's Day, and you lighting the red candle and all that. That's your root chakra, what I just said. That's lust. So you getting with your partner, want to have that heated high sex, and you want to that energy. That red, like you got on all red. That red represents something, whether you know it or not. So That's why people have red candles, red negligees, shit, even the
Red
box of
streaks.
candy is red.
Mhm.
So that whole thing is really
That's all
not,
you
it's not
see on
representing
Valentine's.
love,
That's all you
it's
see on
representing
Valentine's.
lust.
Right.
It's in the root chakra.
Mhm.
But if they was up in the heart chakra, it'd be green. You feel what I'm saying? But like I say, this is about money. Remember I said,
Yep, it's commercialized
yeah,
to
Ronald McDonald hair red,
Macy's.
Wendy's hair red, you know.
Macy's, the stars.
That's
it's
red. So we already talked about it on previous shows. So
Mhm.
that's when you really advertisement. People advertise red. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you know you're working out that. Mostly if somebody coming to you with something out of that root chakra, but we talking about the heart chakra. So that's something you can look into and just practice it. You know, doing a little bit of it, like calling somebody up, telling you love them, or really meaning it. That's you working on your heart chakra. You be in your heart chakra. You know, you got different chakras. Whenever you're doing something, you operating out of one of them chakras. And then if you're trying to do something, right, and you can't do it, that's because that chakra is blocked, it's stuck. It ain't even spinning.
And that's
So
what I was going to talk about.
that's when you know you need to work on a certain chakra.
When it says,
I'm
what
bringing my
happens?
pitchforks next Saturday, where you can see if we had time.
Oh, the sound.
Yeah, to help you with your different chakras.
Okay. And it says, what happens when your chakra is blocked? It said, and let's not forget the physical symptoms. Okay. It says the lower immune system could be such as colds, flus, or infections. Heart and lung issues could be like heart palpitations, common poor circulations of high and low blood pressure, and respiratory and breathing difficulties are all symptoms of anahata chakra imbalance. And that's what the Buddha called it, when your heart chakra is imbalanced, all these things. And you know, with these masks, big flag here, it says respiratory and breathing difficulties. So that means every day we put these masks on, we're interfering
with the chakra flow.
With the chakra flow. It's a blockage. And guess who caused it?
The government.
Exactly. So
they know what
they
they're
hit
doing.
us on all levels. They try to hit us on all levels. You know, even though we are magical and creative people and melon people, and we are studying this journey of metaphysics. That's why you have to research and do all of it, because it all connects, like you said. What it just says, it connects as the bridge to the air. Now we just found out that the number one flag in a blockage could be in your heart chakra is our respiratory breathing difficulties. And that just really just like, wow. So that means every day we're
Let me tell you something. When you say that, when you say respiratory, that's your respiratory system. But
breathing difficult.
But what it is, check this out. We say words, respiratory system, like in the hospital, ain't nothing but respiratory system. It's your spirit, and just change it up a little bit. So yeah, and that's what it is. It's respiratory system, because without that, you lose that, you die.
Right.
You gotta breathe to live.
Gotta breathe to live. And it says the lower immune systems also is blockages. But to follow your heart and spot on imbalancing, it says it's like to finally say to open to feel, we give y'all what to, and how, like I said, how to tell when it's blocked. And on here it has a picture. I don't know if you guys can see it, of the chakras. Okay, the chakra colors in order. And we're speaking of that heart chakra, which is
just tell them if they don't see it, what color represent each chakra.
It's that green one we're talking about right now, the heart chakra. And what it's saying is that when it's unbalanced, you could tell, you will feel these symptoms other than those harsh ones I just read about the flu and all that. But these are like light symptoms when you can tell your body. You can tell when your body is unbalanced. You know, if you don't drink enough water, your body gonna be off balance for that day. That's why
another thing is you can look at your life. If your life is in chaos and turmoil, your chakras ain't working right.
Nope, that ain't
And then another
balanced.
thing is too, medication get up in there and play roles too. You know what I'm saying? So you popping pills every day, you know, a lot of times the chakras ain't like it's supposed to be. That's why they want to put everybody on pressure pills and this pill and that pill, because pills are spells. You know what I'm saying? So, because you're putting something in your body to create an effect. You know what I'm saying? Even when you're taking pain pills, that pain's still there, but you're not feeling it because that medicine got in your bloodstream. You feel me?
And it's
you're
to go
really
back,
supposed to keep the blood pure.
and it goes back to all those things of saying that the imbalance, and that's why you have to keep all those things in check. Find out how you get that balance. And like brother said also, it says here, and it connects right what we were talking about. It says that and self-reflection and inability to look at one's own fears and learn from them.
Yep.
So what you want to say about that's within the heart chakra that you can tell that when something is going
It's
on.
like I think I spoke
That's
on something
deep
similar
right
to
there.
that last week. Is your fears will hold you back. Your fears will make you not do things right. Your fears make you act a certain way. But at the long run, when you do that and you're not acting on your truth, you like sweeping it under the rug. But that's in reality, you have to ascend fully and to keep moving up and out. You have to deal with each one of those fears because it'll come back. It's like skeletons in the closet. So you have to deal with them, face them. And once you face them, you conquer them, then you move on. And then that same fear, like the devil or whoever you think is the bad guy, can't use that against you. And if you live in a lot of lies, you know what I'm saying? You constantly have to keep paying attention to your lies because you that's what you're doing and you don't want to be found out. And then some people have so many of them and they just they lie and they forget about a lie. You know what I'm saying? And they be talking to you, looking at them like, now this fool just told me something else. Now he said something totally different. That's a perpetual liar. You know what I'm saying? And so all this meaning, not to shoot nobody down, that just meaning where you at and how much work you got to do. If I'd have known all this shit, like when I was a kid coming up, I'd have been like great by now. But a lot of times, you don't learn because we come here, we forget everything. They wipe our memories clean and they know everything. But we just gotta learn. Then you gotta have that willpower.
Yeah.
But if you activate that pioneer gland, you ain't have to worry about none of that shit. Because once the truth is, you can't go back.
Can't go back at all. Only can go forward.
Yeah.
And with that being said, like I was saying, okay, and if we're gonna finish up, this is the last part I'm gonna talk about as far as the heart chakra. Most what helps with all your chakras, all 7, that will give them strength, that you strengthen them, is meditation, finding your most relaxed environment. Like the other day, I posted last strong, when we came from, I believe it's from the show. I posted on Instagram, I did a live Facebook, and I did a live Facebook post with me watching on my TV, a relaxing channel, and it had the Hertz and the music going.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah, and that's what it says as far as all 7 of your chakras can be empowered and be amplified by listening to those type of.
Go to Google and you can type in, like if you just want to repair your chakras.
Even Amazon got the apps.
Yeah.
They got it.
See, everybody into it now.
Yep.
Because they know this is the way of the future. They know this, and I'm gonna tell you something else. Vogue had 9 black women on a magazine. When I say black, I mean like blue black, like African women. They came from all African countries, and what I got out of that was that 9 is the completion. They know that they already at the end of their cycle, and women, like I say, the age of Aquarius, right? The feminine energy, and the woman, the goddess, is coming back. It's back already. They taking over, like they say, man was the god, really, man can't give birth. Women give birth, like mother, that's why they call it Earth, Mother Nature. She birthing up food every day for us to eat. And man study here, digging deep to get the oil, you know what I'm saying, out of her, breaking her open to get these crystals and these gemstones, just tearing up the earth, right? Like the earth don't exist, but that feminine energy is back. We go on for the next hundreds of thousands of years. So that's what it is. So that's what we're going at with it. But so I think they had them 9 women up there because you got to look at the numbers. The numerology represent ending. So that's the ending of a cycle. They had them dark women up there represent the melanin, who's about to take back over. That's the goddess. Like we say in that book, The Goddess. And it just like when I look at pictures now, I'm relaying my knowledge onto what the pictures mean, because that's what they do. They don't post nothing without knowing what they posting and why, and they showing signs for people of the knowing that knows, and that's what they're doing. You know, and so that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
You know, when I was drinking this water, this Central, I said this a while back. When you open up the top, you see that star in there, in the top, Kim.
Yeah.
And you would figure, why would they put a star in there? You know, all the things to put.
Under the cap.
Magic?
Under the cap. So you
You know
have
what
to
I'm
do
saying?
your homework.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why
like,
I look
yeah.
at all things in details. That's why I was telling you, I see details in everything I look, because I believe that's my my higher my alpha pineal gland be at work. That's why I pick up things some people won't even see. Like when you was writing that down, I noticed it was written a certain kind of way.
Yeah.
That's what's like, hey, did you meant to do it like that? You like, did I do it like that? But you know, like I said, we have our own, like you were saying before we got on air, that, you know, when we research within ourselves, our inner self, and seek our inner powers and learning our inner energies that help us elevate into more of our journey of this metaphysics, that we become more aware of things and more sensitive to things that people that are not in this journey and that not awoke, they can sense or see or hear.
Yeah, he was speaking, like I said, people be speaking things that they don't want to happen to themselves.
Like they said, the Buddha guy,
Yeah,
he answered questions by not even speaking.
yeah, the guy.
His answers are not spoken. Yeah.
I'm talking to a guy, and he was speaking on the ill stuff on himself. I said, that's not gonna happen. I said, why are you even saying? He said, yeah, you're right, but you know, they in a habit. So they got to get out those habits.
Speaking ill on yourself, because like I say, the tongue is dangerous, and it's always been dangerous, even before we became aware of its virality, to what it could do.
Yeah, even if you
the simplest things can be powerful, like somebody saying hello.
Hell is low. You know, they casting spell when they saying that. Don't even know.
Not even realize it.
Hello. Stop saying hello when you answer the phone. But yeah, you group of people was together and they was talking about how bad their day was and how bad it is and how bad. Only thing you're doing when you're doing that is creating more bad days for yourself, because you're speaking it out, the universe will send it back. So just start speaking positive days. You know, don't get at that with your tongue. Don't put that on yourself.
And even like you said, brother, like you taught me, what guided me to influencing journals in my daily walks. You know, so you know, as it is written, it shall be done. So that's another way of manifesting things through your writing things in a journal. Doing.
Actually, when they had that too, when people believe that you're supposed to write what happened in the journal, that's a lie from the pits of hell. You're supposed to write what you want to happen, what you want, and then it's supposed to manifest. Not what happened, and then you write it. Some bad shit could have happened to you, and then you writing it down. Then it's, well, guess what? It's more than bad shit.
That's why there's a difference between a journal and a diary.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Diary is something that you want to take notation of something in the
You don't
particular
even
day.
want to die. Look
You
at that
don't
name,
even.
die. Start off with die.
Diary.
Yeah. Diary of this and that, die. D-I-E. Something got to die. So, yeah.
The words that we spoken. That's why I brought it up. And that's why it's more proficient to say journal, because it's a journey and it's generalizing your thoughts that you want to come to pass, Yeah. So with that said, let me see, we're at 5 o'clock.
We got a few
more minutes.
Because we started late.
Yeah, we did. I don't know if you wanted to get into something else.
I wanted to get into a quick little thing.
Okay.
Not in the book, because
okay.
While
you find that up, I can just give you. I'm just gonna give what we put up on. You did. Go ahead. Oh, okay. Because I never read from the number 11, which is the day's number, the real number. Just to point out some things for those of you born this day. I did read some stuff, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I did. Okay, from the other page.
All right, this some stuff got to me, but I heard NDIV retracted what she said. I don't know if she got a spanking or not, but this is some stuff happening, right? And they say Joe Rogan. He's supposed to be this guy on the internet, got millions of followers. So, he made some statements, and he even said, when somebody put it together, because he used the N-word a lot of times. So I ain't gonna play the whole clip. I'm gonna play a little bit of it, then we're gonna speak on a little bit of it.
There was no white people. It says, okay,
I empathize.
Okay, here you go.
Why I decided to ask my music be pulled off of Spotify. So check this out.
No white people. It says, okay, take me to this one. And the guy goes, okay. I goes, is that in a good neighborhood? He's like, oh, yeah. Guy barely speaks English. He takes us there. We get out and we're giggling. Oh, we're going to see Planet of the Apes. We walk into Planet of the Apes. We walked into Africa, dude. We walked in the door and there was no white people. It says, okay,
I empathize with the people who are leaving for the COVID disinformation reasons, and I think that they should. I also think that Joe Rogan has the right to say what he wants to say. I also think that I have the right to say what I want to say. So as an artist who builds, Spotify is built on the back of the music streaming. So they take this money that's built from streaming and they pay this guy $100 million, but they pay us 0.003% of a penny. Just take me off. I don't want to generate money that pays this. Just take me off. That's where I'm at. And I know that I'm actually, to be honest with you, surprised that my statements were picked up, because I thought people weren't really going to listen to me, because that's what I'm used to from the industry. But I'm glad that I am being heard, and for that reason, I want to clarify my statements. Again, this is why. Watch this.
the nigger thing. Yes, saying the word nigger. I've already said nigger. He is just like nigger. Saying nigger, she's calling you a nigger. It's like this boy that he's a nigger that starts calling them niggers. Word nigger. There should be a word like nigger, especially like the word nigger. That's our nigger. About niggers, he says nigger. Guy, a nigger. And then our niggers start saying nigger. Allowed to use the word nigger. Out the word nigger, see nigger, word nigger. Say nigger, and he couldn't say nigger. Most nigger.
Wow, they could have made a song.
So we know how social media can be. Things can be doctored. People are taken out of context. It's happened to me many times. However, I want to be clear, in no uncertain terms, where I stand on this is that he shouldn't even be uttering the word. Don't even say it under any context. Don't say it. That's where I stand. It's my right to stand there. I have always stood there. I have other feelings about it, but those are nuances that are not meant for this moment. He shouldn't even be saying it. And so the confluence of energies comes into play here. So now we have this person who is offensive to a lot of people, who's paid $100 million. Spotify, the backbone of Spotify is the music. So you pay the musicians that are the backbone of your business 0.003 to 0.005% of a penny, and you take this money that you generate over here, because all the rest of it goes somewhere. The subscription fees go somewhere. So you take this money that's generated over here and you use it to invest in this guy.
Do what you want, but take me off. Or pay me too. And I don't just mean me, I mean us. Artists like me, pay us too. Pay podcasters of color.
Energy D, they don't want us to get the full word out.
So artist relations from Spotify called me yesterday and they asked me what I want, and I've been thinking about this all night. I'm not gonna say it all here, but what I wanna say to you is something that I already knew, but I want you to know that they said it last night. Most of the streams on Spotify are Black music, but we know that if you're paying attention at all, you understand the role of Black music in this world. So that's a deeper nuance.
Wow.
Yeah, so yeah, that's crazy, 100 million. But then there's some people already offering him saying Spotify won't let you go, we'll pick you up and gonna pay him more. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just said all that to say is I don't really be trying to get into this
Politics.
this shit. It ain't even politics, it's politics, but it's racial.
Racial politics.
It's,
Mhm.
To even be in that kind of shit, it lowers your frequency.
Yes, it do.
So what I'm saying is, but we gotta have people there at that level to fight that fight too.
Yep.
Because it's a shame, you know what I'm saying? And y'all already know where we stand at with it. But I just seen that clip. Somebody sent it to my page the other day. And we all know what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And to pay the artists the less and pay other people like that more. Don't you have something on Spotify too?
Yeah, I was great to speak on that. I have 3 singles on Spotify, and to hear him speak like that, I guess I ain't gonna guess. I believe that's why
They condone it.
That's why I just been put them on there, but I never signed up for the artistry of Spotify to get paid. I just used their free frequency of putting my music on there. And that's all I did. And I did that in 2014. And then when I looked it up earlier this year, it said that I have 9 months of straight followers of my songs.
Okay, so that's somebody watching. So the thing is, somebody paying attention to it. Attention is the new currency.
Right.
So you came and created something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you put it on a entity. Somebody going to that entity following you, right?
9 months of steady, 9 months of steady listeners. That's what it said.
Never take your stuff and put it on there for free, because like you say, they built on their artists.
Right.
No matter how big you are, how small you are, and then you're gonna pay them 9.93 cents of a penny.
Mm-hmm. That's why I never rebooted it. It's just probably in their archives of Spotify, but
somebody paying
it's not
attention to it, and they getting that energy.
Yeah, but that's what I said. But even though they paying attention, they give my songs energy, which is bringing this back to me because it's my music.
Yeah, but at the same time, you
somebody else is piggybacking off it, right?
Dividends.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. I feel you on that. But like I said, that's why you got to get out here and use other resources as well. You know, as an artist starting out, you be so excited, you just be wanting to get your stuff out there. And then when stuff like this happens, it's kind of hard for, especially if you're still trying to influence people of what your music about, who you are as the artist. It's hard for when you were trying to flow through these entities like Spotify, other entities, like TikTok and stuff like that, where it goes upon how many people frequently visit that entity. So with that being said, like you're saying, they're making money off of you, whether you know it or not, in some form of fashion. Mm-hmm. But then to, you know, like you're saying, being an artist on the level that I'm on, you know, the fight is harder. That's why you said it's good somebody that's up on that level.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Really, they can take that fight for
it. Ain't really the hard. It's easy as it ever got before. Because you can take your music and you can write it. You can get it produced. You can load it up. You're doing all this without somebody on your back saying, change this, change that. You gotta do this and you gotta do that. The only thing you gotta do is dot your I's and cross your T's. So you do something and it'd be a big hit. You won't be getting robbed.
Right. That's why I have it as LLC.
Okay, so.
Yeah,
so-
it's copywritten. So anything I do, I have a 2GO LLC, and that's called limited liability. And is a limited liability company. That's what 2GO is statute under. So anything that I do, anything like the music on the outside, the radio show, the podcast, me performing outside, everything I do is protected. So basically, nobody can sell it or resell it, because if they do, I'm gonna be notified and I'm gonna be told, about this, I'll be flagged. Like, hey, somebody's trying to steal your work. So, and that's what I pay this amount for every year to keep it, to keep my music and stuff, my copywritten updated. You have to update your copyrights because somebody can come along. We got, like I said, dream stealers and vision vultures and dream stealer killers. So
You guys seen this post on Facebook yesterday. Biggest day. They said we'll pay you for your ideas. A lot of people out here don't have ideas. That's why they're willing to pay. That's where we at with it.
right.
And for us to be creative people, they're waiting to steal something. So yeah. So with all that being said, that's why I created the New Dimension. Got band members and singers together so we can express our art and our form with original music. And I create artists, I create drawing, I'm writing books, I create this creation is busting all over. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta have platforms for that. You do it and you enjoy doing it, so it won't seem like work. So when you get compensated for it, it's like, I'm living this good life. And, that's what we're here for. Not for somebody else to, with the record company been doing all these years, living off the artists, paying them low enough, and robbing them blind and killing them off at the end so they can own the music. We had so many big artists just to speak on that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, now with this metaverse coming out, everything is going to be in there.
Yeah,
You
but
know
I'm
what I'm
glad
saying?
she picked up that fight. With
But someone else
Spotify.
came back and said she changed or pulled something back, but I'm not sure. I want to. It was this guy saying it, but
I just have to look at the.
I heard
I
that
just
part.
have to
You have to pull
recap
up
the
everything.
interview. Yeah, but that
it's
was
just like when Nick Cannon jumped out there and say something, just like Whoopi Goldberg jumped out there saying something, and they suspended her for a week.
all
and
for
the
the
shit-
view.
I only know what she said, but I heard it wasn't really even all that. But then somebody can make a movie. The Jews can make a movie with all kinds of shit in it. You know what I'm saying?
Exploiting
Killing and
us.
all. Yeah, it
Exploiting
ain't nothing
us.
said done. They get the green light.
And that's what I was watching last night on I believe it was on Netflix. It was called The Real Black Horror. And it was really just talking about how we as African Americans came up into the film industry doing horror. And they basically were saying Blackula, this guy, I forgot his name, Walter something, when he created Blackula, because back then, before he created Blackula, the white
Vampires.
the white the vampires, the white men, the white directors and filmmakers back then, they were painting white actors bodies black and stuff like that to make them the monsters and stuff like that. But just to make a long story short, when I looked at this whole thing, it was saying that we're telling horror stories from our ancestries. They're making up shit. We're telling stuff. If you look at like the Underground Railroad, okay, then you look at how he made Tales from the Crypt. All these things, I'm just checking. You should check it out. They was doing references to how
Well, I know they always stealing. They
they
don't
were
create
exploiting us, but we
throughout
started.
history.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout history, that's what
Yep.
they do.
Yeah.
So now we can do our own shit now. We
Yeah.
don't need
So
them.
like the boy did Get Out, Jordan Peele, when he did Get Out,
Yeah.
you got all these new young Black
We supposed to
film.
be the ones on cruises and living our best lives. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know, but you go shake hands with these devils and make deals and shit. That's the old shit. We done with that.
Yep.
You know what I'm
So,
saying? Just like this is the independent show.
yep.
You know what I'm saying?
We ain't had to shake no hands with no devils.
Y'all don't either.
No, you don't either. So, and that just go to show you, we going on 5 years strong, you know, doing this podcast. It started as an internet blog, and here we are going into 5 years, which is a good number. And I'm glad I'm here with you, brother. And I wouldn't want to do it with nobody else.
Same here, vice versa.
Because it's been like what you said in practice Sunday. If it ain't
Been through a
broke,
bunch, don't fix it. Been through a bunch of quacks and quakes along the way. You know what I'm saying?
but we
but it is
still
what it is.
here. We still here. So don't sleep.
Because you might miss something.
You might miss something. But we appreciate you guys joining us this week. Stopping
It's
on
strong.
in. I mean, you're strong, dropping on us in the station here at Next Level and doing our 2GO podcast through their entity. And so join us next strong. We may have a special guest in here, or you might come back and drop in and get some more knowledge, you know, because we always giving you that knowledge. Like I said, if you want to recap on what I was talking about today, this is the Moon Power by Simone Butler. You can go pick it up. And it's basically, it's the lunar rituals connecting you with your inner goddess.
For
So
the females out there, but
for
I'm
the
reading it.
females too.
well,
But you know, we call our guys gods, so, and we're
Yeah.
goddesses, so that's what it is. And also, if you're interested in finding any more about your number, your numerology, you can go check this out. It also has how you can structure and find out your numbers for any given day, or even just for your birthday, your birthright day. So with that being said, peace and blessings, and we'll see you on the next episode. One
We
love.
are.